Welcome to Midcard Maniacs. I'm Jay.
And I'm John.
And today we're going to be building a horror movie with wrestlers.
Yep.
The first thing that we need to discuss is the setting and the location. Where do we want our horror movie to take place?
I'm gonna throw out Slumber Party.
Slumber Party? I was thinking summer camp.
See,
I'd do either or.
I know, I was gonna go summer camp because it's classic, but how often have we just wanted to watch a Slumber Party Massacre and we just don't get that?
Obviously, if you've seen Slumber Party Massacre, it's wild. So the first one's pretty tame. But the second one, the guy has a guitar that has a big drill on the end. You don't get that good stuff these days.
Sorority House is classic. Sleepaway camps are also classic. Because this is fantasy booking, why not fantasize about the movie we just can't seem to get?
It sounds weird saying like, fantasizing about a slumber party and stuff, but you know what we mean. Okay, it's settled. Slumber Party it is. And we didn't necessarily state it, but we're big slasher fans, so I think right out of the gate, this has to be a slasher movie, being that this is our first entry into this series. And because it's gonna be a series, we have the opportunity to jump into different locations, locales, even for slashers, or psychological, or mystery whodunits. The world's our oyster here.
There's so many subgenres in horror, but I do agree, starting with the slasher, especially for a slumber party, is a good genre.
Okay, what is happening to spark this slumber party?
How about this? College students, so we got our age group, so college girls. One of the girls has just been cheated on by her boyfriend of a long time, and her friends want to make her feel better about herself by having everyone over a no boys slumber party.
Nothing can go wrong.
Because it's a no boys thing, obviously boys are gonna try and show
Yeah,
up.
they're gonna creep out the window and look through, obviously, which creates nice red herrings.
Yes, because then we can have, when they start dying, it could be the boyfriend.
Here's the twist. It could be one of the girls that potentially decided to throw the slumber party. She was the one who he cheated on with.
Yeah, the cheatee, the cheetah. So that's what we'll do for the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is coming together a lot faster than I thought it would. If we could come up with this in a matter of like a few minutes, why are we waiting like 20 plus years for what we need? Just stop all the bullshit and just make something good like this, whatever we're booking here. With wrestlers, there will be wrestlers in this, by the way. We forgot to mention, well, I mentioned it earlier, but there will be wrestlers.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about like casting. That's where like the wrestlers will come in.
And I think it's time to talk about who's our villain.
We need the look. I think that's what we need to focus on, because every slasher has a look. So what would you want the slasher to look like? Like, do you go college mascot?
That's an easy out. I've seen that in stuff like Slaughter High. He's like the clown.
Or Happy Death Day?
Happy Death Day, of course. I think that is like the better way to do it, because then at least there's potential to be either the boyfriend or the person he cheated on, which is obviously a sorority girl. And so you need to cover this person up. Probably gonna have gloves.
Yep.
Definitely going to need either like a hooded robe, potentially, and that could be based on the sorority that they're part of.
I think we need to just focus with it being the slumber party in the local home.
I still think that gloves are necessary.
Gloves are definitely, because you gotta hide skin color. Too many times in horror movies, you would see certain features on a person, and a simple glove or a little or a turtleneck could have solved all that.
Right, exactly. So this person is going to be covered up.
Do we want them to be the turtleneck killer? Like, do we give them gloves and a turtleneck?
Is it a comedy?
It's gotta be.
So it's gonna be fun to an extent, but I don't think it's gonna be that over the top. I wouldn't want it to be like turtleneck guy.
Think how funny it would be if the build up to the slumber party, the girl who is single has like the nerdy stalker who's in the turtleneck, and he just wants to be with this girl. All the friends are like, no, you're too lame, Norbert. Like
Norbert?
I couldn't think of a name at the time.
That's the first name you came up with?
What would you come up with?
I would never say Norbert. I've never even heard that name before.
It was
Herbie.
Herbie? Like the car?
No, not like the car, like Herbert. You got me thinking like idiotic names. Nobody's name is Norbert.
There's a movie called Norbert. Eddie Murphy. He plays a nerd.
That makes more sense now. It's gotta be Stevie or something. Something dweeby. Sorry, all you Stevies out there. But most of you probably go by Steve or Steven. I don't mean to Stevie shame here. We're not doing the turtleneck.
No
I don't know.
turtleneck.
We can definitely have the stalker, I think. He is a nerd, and he was a stalker. That way, we immediately have at least 3 people ready to go as far as like who could be the killer. It almost has to be a mascot because there's no way there's just like some guy creeping around a suburban neighborhood wearing something like a cloak or turtleneck. It's just they're all gonna look like a burglar of some sort. So unless you have like a cool mask and you want this franchise to like stand out. So you do want a recognizable mask. That's something that we've been missing in a lot of recent horror movies. I think saying Happy Death Day, I think that is like a notable one that does have a mask that everybody recognizes at this point, and that's what we want to make. So what's our mascot?
Well, it's sad that I want to say it's the cheetah, but
We can't do the cheetah.
we can't do the cheetah as a cheetah. A pig? But then that's kind of playing off a saw.
Okay, I got it. It is a pig, and it's Alexa Bliss as the killer. She likes pigs. She has a pig named Larry Steve, little guy. Well, he's not that little anymore. He's massive. Although she's fairly petite, I don't think you could mistake her for, like a football player boyfriend. We always assume that the boyfriend's gonna be a football player, so we had to assume he's probably gonna be like a regular height guy.
I got it. The boyfriend's gonna be Drake Maverick. Think about that.
That he's also pretty small?
So he's pretty small. Maverick could probably pull off like the douchebag boyfriend look. He's got that English charm that he thinks he could get with all the girls.
And then you think of our little like nerd stalker guy, and you have to assume that he's probably around that same height too. Basically, all the people that we could set up for killers are around the same size.
So we have Alexa Bliss as the girl hosting the slumber party, being the side girl to Drake Maverick, who is the ex-boyfriend. And then we need our nerdy stalker, who should be either Shorty G or Mustafa Ali.
I think Shorty G makes sense because he's pretty flexible at what he does, and he's already good at like college wrestling.
Think of this. Okay, hear me out. Even though he's he portrays a nerdy stalker, he's actually a nice guy because you want the girl to end with like the nice guy maybe. So what if at that moment, Shorty G in a showdown, like his turtleneck is ripped off. He's ripped.
And it gives us a nice like mid-90s, early 2000s movies where it's like, oh, put your hair down, girl, take off those glasses, and now you're a smoke show. It's like, no, she was already really attractive. You didn't really have to do that. But this is with Shorty G. Those are 3 quality potential killers. Well, I think Bliss is gonna be the killer.
Yes, I agree. I say the turn because it's double red herring with the twist.
I love it. So is it a pig mask then?
Or do we make it the burglar style, just like Hush?
That seems kind of boring though. And to be honest, most of the time you're not even gonna see them. You're gonna see them kind of in the shadows and maybe their hands a bit. So long as we have gloves and like a black turtleneck.
Yeah, gloves, black turtleneck, ski mask with just like the eye holes.
That doesn't make a great killer. It's gonna work for this setting only because it's such an isolated situation. Could like this ski mask work because it's the tension that's being built up. Like usually you'd want like a cool ass mask.
I know, but I think we gotta go with the classic POV style from the killer's perspective.
Not for everything. What would be hilarious is we have these 3 people set up and then it's POV style. They look down and you feel the glow. It's Naomi and she's got just like these glowing LA Gear lights on. That's not it, but that would be funny.
Now, how many girls are gonna be at the slumber party?
We're definitely gonna want at least 6 girls, probably including Alexa Bliss. There should be maybe like a little brother that pesters the girls throughout the movie. Maybe a brother has a crush on one of the girls. Maybe he's not that young.
We can make him like 18, like the senior high school kid whose sister is in college and has all her hot friends over.
Who's friends with Stevie. And that's the reason why it's not weird or out of place to see Stevie come to the house.
Exactly. All right, so are we gonna make
Alexa Bliss is the killer.
Alexa Bliss is the killer. Drake Maverick is the D-bag boyfriend. Shorty G the brother or Shorty G the nerd?
The nerd reveal is good.
Now, do you want to flip it and have Alexa Bliss's brother be like a big beefcake, like a Braun Strowman?
It could.
So potentially Braun Strowman could be Alexa Bliss's brother.
Yes.
But like, is he gonna be the brother at this party who's trying to get with the girls? Who's best friends with Shorty G?
Yeah, probably. Because it's somebody that's just so massive, then it gives the other girls to like, when they're creeping around, maybe he is just like a big silent type and they're kind of creeped out by him because he just lurks around and doesn't say anything and he's so massive. So it gives the other girls that are at the sleepover to just kind of be like, your brother is weird. Originally I was thinking like more of a prankster, but this could work as well. Like the silent, just lurking around guy, occasionally getting some Cool Whip from the fridge or something, and then going downstairs. He's weird. He just eats Cool Whip. I know.
Just picture like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds when he transforms into a nerd. You just have big Braun with suspenders and a bow tie, just being like, "Hey girls, just gonna go play some D&D with my good friend Shorty G."
I don't think that he needs lines in this. I think he can just kind of
Be the awkward silent type.
the awkward silent type. Okay, that's where we're gonna leave this video. And so what's left is to come up with the weapon and the kills. But first, before that, we'll have to establish who everyone else is and cast the rest of our horror movie. This shockingly turned out better than I thought. We were on our toes a lot more than I thought we would be. And I can't wait to do more videos like this. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything Midcard Maniacs.